Hey guys, welcome back to your channel. KHAI here from Telco. Today we are talking about the 4 things you need to know before purchasing the new Huawei P50 Pro phone. So let's go. First up will be the specs on the phone. The P50 does not disappoint in this department. Very fast phone. Good processor, Snapdragon 888, 8 gigs of RAM, 250 gigs of internal storage. Very nice display with its 6.6-inch OLED screen. Resolution at 2700 by 1228. A very nice display with DCI P3 color gamut. I have no idea what percentage of the DCI P3 color gamut on the display though, but it is nice, natural looking colors. You don't get those overly vibrant colors that you see on some of the displays on mobile phones, which is also a big contributing factor to using a lot of batteries. What is great is also the high refresh rate on the display, 120Hz to be specific, so expect smooth scrolling on the phone. And the icing on the cake is that the phone is IP68 rated. That means it is submersible. Submersible. Yeah, submersible for at least 30 minutes submersible. Who says that? The one downside is that the phone does not support 5G connectivity. So when things do go 5G soon, this might be a setback for some people. Number 2 would be the good main camera. So if you don't have to fix anything that isn't broken, and don't fix it. So Huawei has continued bringing the Leica lenses, the camera lenses, into the lineup. This time round, they are going with the design called the dual matrix design. There are actually 2 camera modules stacked on top of each other, and on each module there are different cameras. You have the 50 megapixel camera with f1.8 aperture, 40 megapixel for black and white images at f1.6 aperture, 13 megapixel ultra wide camera with f2.2 aperture, and 64 megapixel telephoto camera with f3.5 aperture. There are tons of camera modes that you can play around on the camera on the phone, and you'll just get lost exploring all of them. So I'm just gonna be straight with you guys. The main camera is the good one, and it is the only one that you need to take your pictures with. The rest of it you can just forget because quality-wise, they're just decent. The main camera, the 50 megapixel one, it does the best job. And if you want to get better results on your photo taking, turn on the AI on the camera because it does a very good job of correcting colors, unblurring blurs, lifting shadows, and overall sharpening the image quality. And I edit my photos all the time before I post them online, so I like what the AI is doing because I don't have to do much in my edits, so really appreciate this. The other thing to note is the good battery life on the phone. Now, one of the things that I love to test on new phones is of course the battery life, because battery is everything. No juice means no usage, right? So power users, you would be glad to know that the P50 Pro, it comes with a sizable battery, capacity of 4360 mAh, and on my tests on heavy usage with playing games, playing videos, app switching, and this was all done on a 4G connectivity, it runs between 7 to 8 hours, and that's pretty impressive. And the P50 Pro, it supports both fast charging on tethered as well as wireless charging too. So you can get a full charge in about 30 minutes on wireless charging if you are using a 50-watt wireless charging pad. The last thing to note is that there isn't any Google Play Store or Android for that matter on the phone, and this has got to be the biggest consideration in my opinion if you are intending to purchase this phone or any Huawei phone. So due to some volatile political circumstances between the US and China, Google has somehow banned Huawei from being part of the Google ecosystem. So yeah, no official Android OS on the phone, and no Google Play Store found either. Is it a problem? Yes and no. No, because like Apple, who carries their own OS, which is iOS, Huawei has developed its own operating system called the Harmony OS. It feels pretty much Android, and if I wasn't told that that isn't Google's, And I wouldn't know that that isn't Android because it looks the same, it feels the same, the usability, it's all similar. Now, Huawei has also its own app store, which pretty much has everything that you can find on a Google Play Store. Your favorite social media apps like TikTok, your Instagram, your Facebook, they are all there. And if you live in Singapore, the local apps such as Trace Together app, SingPass, Grab app, local iBanking apps, they're all there. But on the flip side is also where the problem lies. See, Google apps such as Google Drive, your Google Sheets, your Google Docs, Google Meets, and my personal all-time favorite Google app, YouTube, is nowhere to be found on the App Store. It is not surprising because Google has banned Huawei from using its services. So how now, brown cow? Well, the workaround to having all of these Google services on a Huawei phone is to use the web version of the said apps, which I totally hate. They do work, but for me personally, they are not optimized for mobile use. This is especially so if you're a person who is deep entrenched in the Google ecosystem, using things like Hey Google services, using productivity apps such as your Google Drive, Sheets, Doc, Meets. This phone is definitely not for you. YouTube happens to be the most used app on my mobile phone, so not having the proper app for YouTube is a big downer for me. So those are the 4 things that you need to take note of before purchasing the P50 Pro or any Huawei phone in the future. The last one, the one that we just talked about, that is the heaviest consideration of them all. And if you're okay with that, then it's good. The app gallery, yes, they do have the apps that you probably might want. We don't have any information on the MSRP for Singapore market, but it will be revealed soon. All in all, if you're not a Google Suite person, not having to use any of their services, then yes, this is definitely a very good purchase for you. Alright guys, that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe.